everybody, I'm Panda, and this week we are going to show you how to do a super easy glitter swirl. Now in the Tumblr community, a glitter swirl can mean one of two things. Either you already have your bottle on the turner, you've already put your epoxy on it, you put the glitter everywhere, then you hit it with a heat gun to get the glitter to swirl around the cup. That's one way, that's one description of glitter swirl. The glitter swirl that I'm actually referring to today, however, is think of like a candy cane style, where you have your stripes that go from one side and then they wrap around to the other side. I've actually had a couple of people ask and request on how I get my swirls, like my candy cane swirls, to line up evenly from one side of the bottle to the other. So I thought I'd turn it into a tutorial this week, as I am doing a lot of these at the moment for Christmas gifts. The easiest way that I've found to do it, I actually have like all of these 3D printed cup holders. I very rarely use pool noodles now, but it still works the same way. Some of the ones that I do have, she started engraving into, so that has made it very easy for me to be able to go, like I start my swirl in line with this, and as I turn my bottle or my cup, I make sure that by the time I reach the bottom of the cup, I'm lined up with the other side. Now obviously a lot of people that are watching this tutorial aren't going to have the advantage of having these engraved adapters. So what I used to do is I'd get a washable marker that I could wipe off with baby wipes later on, and I would put a big black mark where the writing on my PVC pipe was, and then I'll try and do this where you can see in the camera. I'd put my finger where the line was, try and eye off where the other side was, right? So this is the opposite side, and then I'd put a black mark there as well. Okay, so if I had, do I have a cup? No, I don't have any cup. Okay. Yay, Laura, for being prepared. So if I had a cup on here, obviously I'd be able to start from where the top of my cup was. I'd start at this line, and as I dropped the swirl, I would slowly turn the pole so that by the time I was at the bottom of the cup, I'd be lined up with this line. Does that make sense? So if you're trying to get a really even glitter, like a candy cane swirl, that is by far the easiest way that I've found to do it, is to mark each side of your PVC pipe and work your swirl from there. So I'm going to give you, and like I said, it's only a very quick tutorial this week, I'm going to give you a demo of what I mean using the lines using this drink bottle. Just because I wasn't sure if the engraving would come up on my screen, I've also marked it both sides with my black lines so that you can follow along. So starting off, when I'm doing candy cane swirls, I do the hang method with my epoxy. So I've already pre-mixed my epoxy today. Just going to quickly put it on the bottle. And this is just a 500ml insulated drink bottle from Kmart. I sanded it and sprayed it, and now it is ready for the swirl. Oh, I think I had some black texture. I've just put black texture on the bottle. That's okay, the glitter should, hopefully, fingers crossed, cover that. So as with all hang methods, I'm only using the tiniest little bit, and I'm really working it around the cup to make sure that the cup has full coverage, but you don't want it where the glitter's going to run off, right? You don't want so much that gravity's going to take hold. You want just enough to have full coverage around your cup or your drink bottle or whatever you're doing, just so that the glitter has something to stick to. Now I have a couple of these to do off screen, which is why I made up so much, but that is all we need for this one. I'm going to put that there just for 1 second. my drop sheet for my glitter when I was prepping. Okay, here we go. Alright, so if you can see here, I'm using all neons. The pattern that we're going to do for these drink bottles that I've been doing has been green, pink, yellow, orange. So I'm going to keep to that same pattern. So starting off with green, remembering we're going from one line to the other for the first swirl. Alright, so I'm going to start at my line. And then as I drop the glitter, I'm not going to move my glitter, I'm going to move my cup or my bottle in this stance. I'm going to slowly bring it towards me and turn at the same time so that by the time I get to the bottle, the bottom, sorry, see how it just about matches up with this top line? Right, and now I'm going to go back just to thicken that line a little bit more. And give it a good tap. So now you can see our first swirl starts at the one line and goes right the way around. I'll try and see if I can get this in frame. And it finishes at the bottom in line with our other line. Okay, so once you have that first line down, the rest of the pattern becomes very, very easy. As long as you stay as close to the last line you did as possible. So the next line will be pink. So same again, we're going to start at the top and we're going to follow that green line down. And then I'm going to come up the other side just to make my line a little bit thicker. And that is our pink swirl. Next colour is yellow. Put the pink back so I don't get my pattern confused. Same deal again, following that pink line. And then coming back up the other side just to thicken it up a little bit. And finishing off the first section of the pattern with this orange. Make that a little bit thicker coming up this side now too. And there we start to get our beautiful candy cane swirl pattern. Okay, so as we finish the pattern, it's just going to keep going round and round and round like one of those barber poles, and you're going to get that really beautiful even effect where it really does start from one side and finishes to the other, and is a true like a candy cane stripe, I suppose, is the best way to describe it. I'm just going to quickly get rid of that orange. Okay, so now we're back to green. And this will work with if you do it with 2 colours, if you do it with 3 colours, 4 colours. This is a 500ml bottle, so I do have a little bit more area to work with. It really depends on the surface area of the project that you're working on. So I'm going to be able to fit 2 of every single colour into this pattern. If you're working on something like one of the little 12-ounce kids tumblers, I wouldn't push my luck any further than 3 or 4 colors, because you're not going to get, I mean, if you do 2 colors, you're going to get the same repetitive pattern a couple of times. With 3 colors, you might be lucky to squeeze them all in. Otherwise, I mean, you can go big or go home and do 5 or 6 colors and just have 1 stripe of each color. But just make sure you kind of think about how much surface area you are working with before you jump in and start your pattern. So the next one is pink. Once this is finished, I'm not going to go through the entire process of what I'm doing with this bottle, because this bottle is actually ending up being sort of like a Milky Way, except I'm only using white over the top of it. But with glitter swirls, if you're doing it by this hang method, all you need to do before epoxy is give it a really good spray seal, or give it a really good coat with what's that, CCDIY? The quick coat stuff from CCDIY. That works really, really well for this as well. Being a chunkier glitter on this project though, I'm going to give it a good pat down at the end, and then I'm going to spray seal it a couple of times. And then it's ready for epoxy. I'm going to be a little bit more generous with my yellow this time, just so that we finish strong with the orange. And now I'm just going to fill in whatever is left with the orange. There's just one little spot there. And the bottoms of these bottles, I have 13 of these to do, so I'm making them all different coloured bottoms. I'm just having a look at the other. This one we're going to do pink. I'm going to do a pink bottom on this one. Just quickly finish up the butt. And there is, remembering that we started at our green swirl with our line here, and we followed our green swirl all the way to the bottom where it lined up with this line here. We now have, as even as I can get freehand on camera, our candy cane glitter swirl. And that is the easiest way that I found of mapping out your swirls to get that candy cane effect. So thank you very much once again for joining me. As always, hit that subscribe button if you'd like to see more of me, and leave your requests and your comments in the comment section. I do see them all and I do reply to them all. Let me know what you'd like me to do a tutorial on, or if you have any constructive criticisms or congratulations or anything like that. Otherwise, I will see you next time, guys, and as always, it has been a pleasure. Thank you.